Ya voy.
Ya, nomás la última vez.
Siéntate ya. Sí, ahora sí. Hello, my name is Patricia Gudino, and in today's speech, I am going to talk about my childhood, all the hardships in my childhood, and everything I'm thankful for. I was born in Savannah, Georgia on June 29th, 2000. My parents are Rodrigo Gudino and Patricia Espinoza, and I am their second child. They came to the United States in the 80s, and then they moved to Georgia in the early 2000s. What many people don't know about me is that I was born prematurely, and that was hard on my parents because they've both had children in their previous marriages, but they've never had one of the child actually be prematurely, and I was stuck in the hospital for at least 3 months. When I was 8 years old, I went with my father to Mexico, and I started getting sick. And the doctors there couldn't figure out what it was until I was admitted to one of the bigger hospitals in Mexico City, and they told them that my appendix had burst. So soon enough, had surgery to have it removed, but after a few weeks, I was still starting to get sick again. So then we went back, and they said that I had to get surgery on it again. And that was very hard on my dad because my mom, she couldn't go to Mexico with us, so while he was in Mexico with me and my brother, my mom was thousands of miles away, still in Georgia, worrying about whether I was doing good or not. In the hospital, I had my 9th birthday, and it was very hard on me because I didn't have anybody to celebrate it with because I'm not from Mexico, so I don't know anybody there, and it's hard for a child to spend such a long time in hospital by themselves. Then a couple months ago, I was in a wreck on the way home from work. Me and my brother had made plans to go to a party, and I was like, okay, I'll see you when I get home, and I had just hung up the phone on him. And then I was driving on the way home from Twin City, and then a car came back. The car came and rear-ended me. My car started spinning, and I just heard a glass go everywhere, and I just felt like the car was about to flip over. Then when the car finally stopped and it shut off, I kind of sat in the car for a minute, and I thought about how I was so close to flipping over because my car was very close to the ditch, and if it would have spun a little bit more, my car would have flipped over. Then I called my brother, and I was panicking, and I was like, somebody just hit me. So then he rushed from Statesboro all the way to Twin City where I was, and then my dad came, and then we went to the hospital. And that was very hard on me because I just thought about how all the times I've had my life flash before my eyes, and that was one of the most surreal moments I've ever had. To this day, it's still very hard on me, especially when I'm driving by myself. I don't like having cars that close to me because I feel like they're not gonna be paying attention either, and they're gonna hit me. But the things I'm very thankful for to this day is my parents and my brother, because through all those hard times, they've always been there for me and told me things are going to be okay, whether I feel like they are or not. My sisters, they've been there for me too, and then one of my sisters, she doesn't live nearby. She lives almost 3 hours away, but she tried to make an effort to come see me when I got in my wreck, and she was telling me that everything was going to be okay too. So I am very fortunate to have a very supportive family over everything that I do. I'm very thankful for my job and me being able to keep a good head on my shoulders, because not only am I a full-time student, I'm a full-time employee too. And even though it is very hard for me to balance both of those with everything else that I have going on, I still manage. And one thing that keeps me going really strong now too is my youngest nephew, Christian. I've seen Christian every single day since he was born, and he feels kind of like a child to me, even though he's not my child. I just feel like everything I do is for him and to be like a good role model for him. So that concludes my speech. Thank you for listening.